Hello मेरे प्यारे बच्चों, welcome back. I know exams are just around the corner and the tension is building up, right? But you know the rule, no need to fear when your teacher is here.
Today, we're going to learn a super important skill that's going to make your life so much easier. So let's conquer this together. And hey, don't forget to show your love. Like, share, and subscribe so we can help even more students just like you.
You know that feeling, right? You open your textbook and you see a page that is just words, words, and more words. No pictures, no breaks. Oh my God, it's so boring and you just feel like taking a nap. It happens to the best of us, don't worry.
But what if I told you there's a superpower to fight this boring monster of text? It's called subtitling. Think of it like this. It's the power to take a huge, confusing chapter and chop it up into small, yummy, bite-sized pieces. Each piece gets its own little name, a subtitle, that tells you exactly what it's about. Suddenly, it's all neat, it's organized, and it's so much easier to remember.
So, to really understand this superpower, we're going to look at that newspaper article in your textbook, A New Deal for Old Cities. Now, every good story has a villain, right? Well, first, we're going to meet the villain of our story today, the huge problems that our cities are facing.
Have a look at this. Does it look a little familiar? The crazy traffic jams where you're stuck for ages, the garbage spilling out onto the roads, and those giant potholes that could swallow a small car? Yeah, this is the reality in many of our cities, and it's a daily struggle for so many people.
Now check this out. You won't believe this quote. This was written almost 200 years ago about cities in England. But doesn't it sound just like some places we know even today? It's kind of crazy, nah? It just shows that these problems of dirty, badly planned cities have been around for a very, very long time.
So, let's list out these big headaches properly. The article talks about a few main things. First, we have terrible waste management. Then there's a lack of basic sanitation and water shortages. There's not enough housing for everyone that's affordable. And of course, the awful traffic, which is mostly because our public transport systems have been ignored for so long.
And you know, this neglect is not just an inconvenience. It's dangerous. Just look at this number. In a city like Mumbai, 78% of the people who die in road accidents are pedestrians. People just walking, trying to cross the street. It's a truly shocking number, and it shows that our cities are often built for cars, not for people.
Let's look at some more data to understand this. According to the 2001 census, 26% of families in cities, that's more than 1 out of every 4 families, didn't have a toilet in their own home, and more than 22% had no proper drainage. These are basic things for a healthy life, and millions of our people are living without that.
Okay, enough of all this sad, depressing stuff. I know, but wait. Like in any good movie, after the villain comes the hero. So let's meet the hero of our story, a city all the way in Brazil called Curitiba. This city is going to show us that there is a better way.
So, after hearing all those problems, you must be thinking, oh, this is going to cost crores and crores of rupees to fix. And, you know, that's what most people think. But what if I told you there's a smarter way, a way that uses brilliant ideas instead of just throwing tons of money at the problem? Well, Curitiba found that way.
And this table shows the difference so clearly. On one side, we have our cities. Traffic chaos, flooding, expensive projects, and people being forgotten. And on the other side, the Curitiba way. Smart public transport, clever ideas to stop floods, planning that puts people first, and the best part, low-cost, innovative ideas.
So you're asking, what did they actually do? What were these super hit blockbuster plans? I'm glad you asked. Let's dive in and find out. First up, their bus system is just genius. So simple, but so smart. They made special lanes only for buses, so the buses never get stuck in traffic. Then you buy your ticket before you even get on the bus, so there's no delay. And the doors are extra wide so people can get in and out really fast. And the result? People's travel time was cut by 1/3. Can you imagine? Amazing! Now, if you thought that was cool, wait till you hear this. To stop the city from flooding in the monsoon, what did they do? They built huge artificial lakes. So when it rained a lot, the lakes would fill up with water and protect everyone's homes. And in the summer, when the lakes dried up, they became beautiful green parks for children to play in. A lake when you need it, a park when you don't. How cool is that?
So what's the big secret here? What's the main takeaway? It's that Curitiba didn't need lakhs and crores of rupees or some super advanced technology. They just used simple, smart, low-cost ideas. They used brain power, not just money power, to solve their biggest problems. Simple, no?
All right, so story time is over. Now, let's get back to our main mission, becoming masters of subtitling so you can get full marks in your exam. Let's use our new superpower on this very article we just discussed.
Look at how we can break down this whole article now. That first part, talking about all the problems in Indian cities, we can give that the subtitle Urban Decay. Simple. The next part, about the traffic and accidents, let's call it Crisis in Urban Transport. Then, the section about Curitiba's awesome bus system and planning, a great subtitle would be The Curitiba Model, a People-First Approach. And finally, that amazing idea about the lakes and parks, we can call that Innovative Low-Cost Solutions. See? Now the whole article is perfectly organized in your head.
Okay, everyone, pens and notebooks ready? Welcome to the exam corner. We're going to look at one super important question and the perfect answer that will get you Pukka marks. Let's go.
So here is a very common, very important question you might get. Based on the article, contrast the urban planning strategies in India with those of Curitiba. Now pay attention to that word, Bacha. Contrast. It means you have to clearly show the differences between the two.
And here is the secret to getting full marks. You have to use the right keywords. For Indian cities, you should write, they are market-oriented, meaning they focus on money, they are automobile-dependent, built for cars, and they allow the filling of wetlands, which makes flooding worse. Got it? Now, for Curitiba, you must use these phrases. They have a rights-based approach, which means they focus on what people need, they prioritize public transport, and they use low-cost, innovative solutions. Please write these keywords down. They're your ticket to a fantastic answer.
So at the end of the day, what's the big lesson we learned? It's that to build a great city, you don't just need to spend lakhs and crores of rupees on giant projects. What you really need are smart ideas and a big heart that truly cares for the people living there.
Okay, now I have a final question for you. I want you to think about your own city or town. Which one of Curitiba's smart ideas, the bus system, the park lakes, any of them, do you wish you could bring to where you live? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to read your ideas.
And with that, we come to the end of our lesson today. I really hope this made the chapter super clear and easy for you. All the very best for your exams, mere pyare bachon. Study well, be confident, and always remember, you are all stars. So keep learning and keep shining. You're going to do great!